is simply the best R&B all day.
Y'all be jamming?
Listen live on your smartphone, in your car, at work, or live at KissWTLZ.com. We're Kiss 107.1.
Talk with Kareem, Bowen. I'm excited that you all are with us here today, that you guys are continually tuning in and week out. Want to give a shout out to everybody out there who is continually populating a social media stream. When you get in today, I want you to like, tag, and share this conversation with those in the neighborhood. Let them know that Straight Talk is on. At 6 o'clock, it's time to talk about the issues that matter from Wall Street to Main Street. Giving it to you straight, no chaser, no filter. I'm in the studio today with my producer, Matt, is in the house. We call him White Soul. What's good, Matt?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
What up, though? I got a very real, hey, what up, though, there? How you doing today? Good to see you there. I'm not sure. First person populating my social media stream is Mr. Jimmy Green. Good evening to you. Not sure if you're still over the waters, over the seas, or if you've returned back to the Great Lakes Bay region, but however, it's great to hear from you and to know that you're tuned in once again on this evening. So this is Kiss WTLZ 107.1 FM. If you like what you're hearing on this show, you can come back and get more of this at KissWTLZ.com. When you get to the main page, you stroll down, it'll say shows. You see this mug right here on the screen, and when you click on it, it will pull up this show and other shows as my producers create a podcast out of this show. And you can go back and listen to this show and other shows at your personal leisure. So I am excited. The weather is cold. The weather outside is frightful. It is that time of the year. No matter where you are, what you're doing, if you're anywhere near the Midwest, you know that it is wintertime. And it's crazy because we are so close to the end of the year, and Christmas is just around the corner. 3.5 weeks to achieve greatness, whatever your greatness is to you, by the end of this week, by the end of this year, and it is on to greater and better things. A new year is seriously looming. So I'm excited for everybody that's tuned out. Today we're going to just kind of have a conversation. There's a number of things that I want to talk about today. I got a lot on my mind. So I'm just titling this show, Tis the Season. I'm going to talk about all the things, not just the holiday season, but this tis the season for political season. There's a lot going on in that space. Tis the season to really be mindful of the things that you are hoping to accomplish by the end of this year. Tis the season to really impact, make great things happen. This is the giving season. So much is going on. I see all of you all that are populating out there in the stream. So I want to get out there in the stream. I'm going to bring in also my producer's going to bring her in. We got Amaya here. We are doing just a little bit differently. There she is, that beautiful face. Each week when we come in, our new format will include a little bit of inspiration by beautiful Amaya Bradley. She is the CEO. Tell them a little bit about your company and just say hello to the people.
Hi, everyone. I have a business called Growing Confidence. It is a mentoring program for young girls. I have a girls' conference actually happening this April 18th at the Horizons. It will be called Girl, You Make Things Happen. It's my annual conference. It's all about empowering young girls.
And Amaya, if you hear her voice, you can tell her voice is a little bit scratchy. She's been out there screaming at the top of her lungs for Saginaw United, the Phoenix, trying to get them to wake up on this last game. Yeah, they got mollywopped this last game by Heritage, but
it was a great game.
Great game. A lot of fun. Great to see the community out doing what's great. I just gotta say shout out to everybody who was out there. We had some serious ballers in the city, and some of them showed up to play. And this is just one of two meetings. so we're keeping our fingers crossed to all of the Saginaw United Phoenix out there that as we move forward, the future will be much brighter. But it is what it is, right? But I do want to talk really briefly about a number of things. I see you all out there, Mary McDonald, all of you out there. We're doing a new format, really to really just kind of make sure that when we have these village conversations, we have everyone at the table. So Miss Amaya is going to be here talking about motivation, giving moments of motivation, because that's what she does. She is a ball of bubbles, and she just is effervescent, and she empowers and encourages folks. In addition to that, you all have seen our new sports person. Alicia Fields will be here. She looks like Alicia Keys, but she is a sports personality. That's what she wants to do. I say, hey, let's get your chops wet. Here, she's gonna get her sink her teeth into a few things here at Straight Talk. So she'll be bringing in sports. It's one thing when you have a woman that understands sports, but when you have a beautiful young lady who can talk sports with the fellas, tell you the stories, the stats, all of that stuff, and she is all of that in a bag of chips. She'll be coming in, and we will have something that we're going to be doing new as well. So all of you parents that are out there, parents, grandparents, fans, enthusiasts, uncles, aunties, cousins, everybody, we are going to be celebrating and doing a spotlight on youth every single week. And so we will be selecting and spotlighting, shining the light on some youth who's doing great things out there. This won't just be athletes, but it'll be about just everyday young folks who are doing great things, making great things happen in our community, those who are showing up as global citizens, those who are excelling in academics and doing great things. We want to make sure that our young people understand that they are such a viable part and an important part of the village. And so this is how we're going to continue to go and to make great things happen. To all of you out there in the social media stream, and there's a lot of you out there, I'm seeing about 30 plus or so out there in our social media streams. Let's continue to like, tag, and share this information. But before we get going, and really, this is really what's on my mind. What's on my mind as we talk about 'Tis the Season is how the city of Saginaw, this entire area is showing up big for folks. Amaya, are you loving the love that we are seeing in our community?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
And so I want to start off by just giving a shout out. There are a couple of things that I think are worthy to be given some time. And I think that this is the time and place to really begin to talk about that. The first thing that I want to talk about is the Saginaw Collective on Food Insecurity.
Yes.
I'm giving it up to you. You don't hear me clapping, but I'm giving it up to you because you all showed out once again on this past week. We had another food distribution, and it was absolutely amazing on December the 4th. It was hosted at Mount Olive Institutional Missionary Baptist Church, and it was amazing. The entire community showed up. We were able to help. I mean, when I say that this was, I almost wanted to go and get me a box because I'm telling y'all, I love chicken, right? And it had chicken in there, a lot of chicken, just everything that was given out, the dairy, the produce, everything. It was absolutely amazing. So I want to continually give a shout out to all of those partners out there, to Consumers Energy, to Bethel, to the Parishioners on Patrol, to the Saginaw African Culture Festival, to CAP, Jeffrey Bulls and CAP. We thank you guys for your leadership, for those, my brothers and sisters over at HELP, CVI, to everyone who is out there doing this work. I certainly want to thank you. This was the first Sunday, and we've been asking pastors if they could to really ask those. Most churches do like a benevolent offering. So we've been asking them, hey, can you do a benevolent offering and donate those proceeds towards food insecurity in the city of Saginaw, the Saginaw Citywide Food Collective. Thank you, Mr. Bulls. And so we've been having pastors doing it and just everyday citizens. There was one citizen that said, listen, I'm loving what you're doing. She put her money where her mouth was. And I do not have her name, but and she wanted to remain anonymous, which I certainly appreciate. But just everyday people, we can do amazing things when we work together. So I'm excited. I hope y'all excited. That was just one thing. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, and I want to get on this really quick. Two things. The first one is Twin Cuts and Sarah's Feed the Block program. Y'all hear me? This is Twin Cuts. Y'all know Twin. He out there always talking trash. No, I'm just joking. That's my guy. I love him. All of the guys that work with him, Eric, everybody that works over there with him, those are my people. And he is continually trying to find ways that he, as a bar, now he cuts hair. He's not into food service. He's not into working with young kids, but he's always trying to find a way to give back. And that is what community is. Community is not that you jump in someone else's lane, but you do what you do in your lane so that the community becomes that much better. So he's done the free haircut giveaways, getting the brothers together, going back to school. He is now doing and partnering up with Sarah's. Now, if y'all don't know who Sarah's Cafe is, oh Jesus, they over there cooking up greatness at Sarah's. Sarah's is over there. What street is Sarah's on?
Federal.
On Federal. She's over there on Federal. Y'all remember growing up where the old Stride White Shoes place was over there? Right over there in that area. They are over there cooking up some madness. And I certainly want to thank her for doing what she is doing. She is my Sunday everything spot. I was there today. Let me tell you, okay. Now, I ain't trying to make nobody hungry. I ain't trying to make nobody mad. My family has a restaurant, and I support them as well. Sister Cheryl Walker, you better tell them Sarah's food is fire. Now, there has been an opening in the city of Saginaw for real soul food. You know, we have Baldwin's that does, you know, the smokehouse and their thing. You could go there and get that. And then there's TSO. But listen, it is what it is. I make no apologies. But the staff, the cooks, the flavor, the folks over at Sarah's, they ain't playing with y'all. I mean, they make that food where they say it's so good. Amaya, makes you want to slap your mama. So you've been to Sarah's a number of times.
Actually, I haven't.
You haven't been to Sarah's?
I pick up food from my auntie to give it to her, but I never tried it. I said I was gonna try it, but I still haven't.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, we have church at the Potter's Church Ministries, and after Potter's Church, we break bread and we have church all over again. Because I'm gonna tell you that those pork chops today were glorious. I mean, they will help you get your shanda and your Igbo together. But it was absolutely amazing. I want to thank them for operating in the spirit of excellence. And this is what I mean. This is what I love when the community comes together and they support. But when I get there, the days that they're open. The times that they're supposed to be open, they're open. When you get your food, it's hot. I have a thing. When I go to a restaurant, I want to make sure that my food is hot. I want it piping hot. Like I don't pay for cold food. I've never had to send food back because it was not hot. The other thing, Jimmy Green says, Sarah kills it. I set my scale back 10 pounds before I go. It is no joke. And so I'm going to tell you, if y'all haven't been there, you got to go there. The peach cobbler is off the hook. German chocolate cake. Now, my mom and my aunt, Heavenly's Cakes, they do this, right? They do this thing for real. But I'm going to tell you that I've had some of the best peach cobbler and some of the best German chocolate cake at Sarah's. I know folks who like the banana pudding. So, and this is not a Sarah's commercial. I'm saying this because there was a purpose. I got caught up in the moment thinking about the mac and cheese, the dressing with cranberry sauce, and the collard greens that I had on today. But the pork chop that I had today was the absolute best pork chop that I've ever had there, and quite possibly the best pork chop that I've had ever. Ooh. And that says something because this brother liked to eat, y'all.
I need to try that.
So it was my mom's on there talking about, wait a minute now. The cake lady is coming, Mom. You cook good pork chops, but Sarah's, they got the recipe, they got the flavor. And as Jeff Bull says, the Kool-Aid. Okay. Those of you who have ever seen House Party, right? And this is what we talk about. This is talking about rebuilding the village. And one way to build a village is to cook some good food because everybody will come to eat, right? We come in to eat all the time. And on House Party, they were talking about how your Kool-Aid has to be. It's not a cup of Kool-Aid sugar. It's not 2 cups of sugar. It's like a half a bag of sugar. And it's got to have some flavor. And the Kool-Aid is not grape, it's red and purple Kool-Aid, right? So at Sarah's, you can get those things. I'm not just joking. I'm not talking. I'm not being paid. This is a free endorsement of that. And the reason I'm telling y'all that Sarah's is fire is because not only are they fire, but my brother over at Twin Cuts and my sister Sarah at Sarah's, which I think is her grandmother or her aunt's name, somebody's name. They are cooking up something amazing on December the 16th. Now, don't y'all go crazy up in here, but on December the 16th, Twin Cuts was saying, hey, man, I want to know how I can give back to the community who has always given back to me. I love that type of appreciation. I love that type of thankfulness. And you will always have a platform here when you are giving back to those who make, put money in your pocket. So I appreciate that, Twin Cuts. But he's getting together with Sarah's, and they are doing a Feed the Block. Y'all got this? Okay, I know you're pulling out your iPhones, your iPads, your tablets, you're getting on your Google Maps, your calendars. They are doing a Feed the Block on December 16th from 2 to 5:30 p.m. This is going to be at 216 Federal Avenue, Saginaw, Michigan, 48601. That's at Sarah's. Now, this is the thing. This is going to be something that it's takeout only. And you're going to get what you're going to get. The food's going to be good. That's why I had to let you know about Sarah's. So if something ain't right and it's 3 million people trying to get free food, understand that is not Miss Sarah, because Miss Sarah makes sure that the pork chops, that catfish, that meatloaf, all of that stuff has TLC, tender loving care. But what I love is that they are coming together to give back to the community. Now, I don't know how they're doing or what's going on, but I'm going to tell you, based upon the traffic and based upon the food that has been the most consistent, the reason McDonald's is great is because they have billions of folks that have gone there to eat, and every burger, every time you get fries, there is consistency. And Miss Sarah, you have gotten the consistency. I keep calling her Sarah, and I know her name ain't Sarah. But anyways, I can't think of your name right now. But I want you to know, great job on that. So December 16th, 2 to 5:30 p.m. Now, let me tell you this. This is really for folks who just need a holiday meal. This is doing something to give back to the community. But this is also an opportunity for all of you that are out there to give back. So let's not everybody be trying to figure out how you're going to get something to eat. But I want you to, so I know that one of the things that they're going to need are to-go containers. If we got folks out there that would like to sponsor to-go containers, maybe there's some plastic where, I don't know, forks and spoons and knives and napkins. Let's do this well for the community. I know this is something that they're doing, but it's for the village. So let the village show up. Maybe you got $5, $10 that you can spare. You don't have to get your meal for free. Pay it forward. Give them $5 or $10. Give them $20. If you got $1,000, let's give it to them, because this is great when the community can come together and love on each other. When the community that supports you, you turn around and you appreciate them. This is what village living is all about. I am so excited. Best Kool-Aid ever. So I see Yet out there says, stop right now. I've got to eat better per the doctor. Stop. Hey, she is not your doctor. She's your cook. So there's a big difference. So everyone that's out there, we're going to take a first commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about what Jackie Jones and POMC, Parents of Murder Children, have going on for the holiday season. Stick stay, don't go away. We'll be back with more Straight Talk.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
Spoiler alert, do you like surprises?
Yeah.
Then do not listen to this commercial, because you may be getting one of 4 new holiday instants from the Michigan Lottery. There's Holiday Doubler,
Not listening.
a $2 ticket with a chance to double your prize, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
I can't hear you.
a $5 ticket. That's a way better gift than a Jelly of the Month Club.
Now that's a holiday bonus.
Spoil someone on your holiday list
Yes, please.
with holiday instants from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Psst, I wasn't supposed to find this out, but I did. Santa has a secret list no one knows about. It's his nicer, newer car list.
Hey, Ryan Wasik here, Santa's helper from Bell Wasik GMC Buick, your only local Buick dealer. Santa told me to swap people out of their naughty cars and put them into something nice. So right now, you can get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value based on the price of the nicer, newer car you pick. If your old ride's on the naughty list, you can re-gift it to me and get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. And we have affordable, smart solutions for all budgets and credit situations. Come in right now and you can unwrap the best present of all, a nicer, newer car. Plus, get $4,000 more for your old sled.
Do you want to know if you're on Santa's secret list?
Test drive a car this month and grab an ornament from our tree. Every ornament hides a gift. Local business gift cards, TVs, gas cards, and a chance to double your down payment. So trade naughty for nice. Upgrade your ride and take home a prize. But don't wait. Santa's shutting this stocking stuffer down at the end of the month. I'm Ryan Wasik, your dealer for the people. See my secret list of rides at RyanApproved.com. That's RyanApproved.com.
Ulta Beauty's big holiday beauty sale is back with up to 50% off must-have gifts. Shop irresistible deals like the Shark Beauty Flex Style and Benefit Cosmetics travel size mascaras. With new offers weekly, same-day pickup or delivery, and our trusted associates, we make holiday shopping effortless. Head into Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Do you like a really good deal? Are you still working on your Christmas shopping list? Rocket Grab Plus has you covered. Right now, you can score amazing half-off deals at local area businesses like Jason Weber Wildlife Center, Fuzzy's Ice Cream Parlor, the Bubble Tea Shop in Bay City, K-Wall's Kitchen inside Antique Warehouse, and Sips 476 Cafe. Head on over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag an incredible deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. With Target, gifting has never been easier. This Saturday and Sunday, Target gift cards are 10% off with Target Circle. Treat everyone on your list to something you know they'll love. Gift cards for the trendsetters, the techies, the fashionistas, the foodies, and even yourself. The perfect time to save now. This deal is a yearly fave, so hurry. Get more gifting for your buck and save 10% on Target gift cards with
Bowen on Kiss 107.1.
This is Kareem, and you're back with more Straight Talk. So glad to have you out there. For those of you who are there, I'm certainly excited. I've been getting messages. Thank you, Lisa Coney. I'm willing to help. Who should I contact? We're going to get you that information very shortly. We'll put it in the stream. But I know one way you can contact. You can just go down to Sarah's and drop it off at the door and say, hey, we heard it on Straight Talk. We want to help you feed the block. I think this is absolutely amazing. And so we'll put the information up there. Also, the twin cuts. Hey, go out there and get your hair cut. Maybe you can buy, a pot of greens or something. You go get your hair cut, and in exchange, you have financed a bag of greens or something. Or maybe, I don't know how they do them. So, but we're going to just continually support. I'll continually share the information. As you all make the inquiries, I will continue to do so. Thank you, Mary McDonald, for putting that in the social media stream. Once again, that is Sarah's Cafe and Twin Cuts. They are doing a Feed the Block program December 16th, 2 to 5:30 p.m. We're going to feed the block. So this ain't about just you getting something to eat. Let's look beyond ourselves, since it is the season of giving. Speaking of the season of giving, there are some great things that are going on, but I want to just take a quick second and give a shout out to my sisters over at POMC and to my sister Jackie Jones. This is actually Jackie is a survivor. She lost a child to gun violence. And since then, she's been turning her pain into power, as many of those women who are doing this great work have been doing. You all have heard the stories of Tamara Tucker and Latrice Thomas and others. So many Jackie Danks, and just so many women out there just doing great work who've experienced violence. They are now doing great work in terms of making opportunities for others to be able to deal with and to cope with their trauma. All right. So on a date that's coming up, I believe it is on, it may be the same date, that same weekend in December, we have Jackie Jones and Parents of Murdered Children doing a holiday celebration for women and families who are survivors of gun violence. They're going to be here on this show. You'll hear about them on next week. And when you hear about them, I want you guys to lock in. I know that I told her, hey, I want to support. Let me volunteer. I was all set to do some donations. And so someone stepped up and took care of this particular one. But I tell you what, this type of work needs folks to support. So Jackie Jones, Parents of Murdered Children. We also have helps, family peer support team. They are out there doing this work on the front line. It is not only hard work, but it is heart work. And I certainly thank you, Jackie, for what you're doing. I'm excited. Community, get ready for what's going on. Now, before we continue, I'm going to bring in this young lady. And as I told you all, she comes in, she will be an individual that will often bring in motivation. It's not Motivation Mondays, but it's Motivation Sundays. And I'm going to ask that you guys just open your listening ears. If you've been in a tough spot, maybe this will help. Let's talk with Maya's motivation. Come on, Maya, give it to him.
Hello, everyone. If you have anything going on today, I just want to let you know, I seen this post on Facebook, so I want to read it off to you. David didn't need to know Goliath's strength because he already knew God's strength. Nothing you are facing today is stronger than God. So whatever you're going through, I know I had a rough weekend, but whatever it was is not stronger than what God has for me. So always remember that.
All right. So that is remember that whatever you're going through is not greater than God's strength. All right. So that is something that I want to talk about. I do want to take a quick second. So I'm sitting here with you, Amaya. How inclined are you in the voting process? You are a young person. How old are you exactly?
I'm 23.
23 years old. So you are a young person. How inclined are you in the voting process? I know that you now are an elected official, but before you being elected to office, how involved or inclined were you about politics?
Yay and nay. I've been always a person to say, okay, I'm going to vote. I made sure that when I turned 18 that I was there to vote as my first voting for 2020 election. When I was in 8th grade, we did a debate against our teachers about the election. And I actually went against my teacher about why Trump should be or shouldn't be in office and why I chose Barack Obama. I won a debate, but not getting myself a little hand clap or anything. However, I think politics is really big because it's been something that I've been taught my whole entire life, because if you don't know politics, you don't know what things are going on. These are the people that are making decisions about your life. So we need that.
All right. So you have always been one that says you're going to vote. When you look at the landscape of your peers, folks who are your age, we have been struggling to really motivate them to get to the polls. Why is there such a great level of apathy for those, that particular age group in terms of getting involved and really making sure that their vote counts?
Some say that they don't want to vote because they didn't think that their vote matters. But I thank God that I was the example of why your vote matters.
Okay.
Because
explain that. Explain it.
Okay, so some know, some may not know, but when I was running in the election, little backstory, I didn't campaign or anything. I just let God take control over the whole situation. And with that being said, I won by, I think it was like 14 votes the first time.
Wow.
Then they did a recount and I won by 40 something votes. So every vote counts, because if I just would have won by one vote and then we did a recount, she could have won as well. So I say that to say, even when you think that your vote doesn't count, it really does count.
I mean, it was just a matter of small numbers.
Yeah, small numbers really made the effect. Like I would have never thought, just me putting my name in the ballot, not campaigning, not saying anything to really anybody but my family. Some of my family members didn't even know that I was on there, but not even knowing that it would be me to be the person to serve my community.
So you see firsthand that if it was not for 14 people voting, your position could have been very, very different.
Yes, and actually, it was the first year my brother and his friends voted, And he encouraged his friends to vote, and they voted for me. So they understand the knowledge of every vote counts.
Wow. So what would you say? What are some of the things you think that the community can do, leaders can do to really address, because we've got a very important state Senate position that's up for grabs coming up here. We've got a number of individuals that are going to be in the mix. We had our first debate that had taken place out at Delta College. What can we do to really engage and to speak to, not at, young people who are maybe feeling that voting isn't all that important?
One, I can say, when I talk to a lot of my peers, they say, well, they're not real. Like, people, they not true to themselves. They don't know how to be honest with one another and everything like that. I'm a person that I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm straight to the point. What you be saying, straight filter,
no chaser, no filter. Right.
Yeah. So that's how I am. So I know that's what my generation appreciates. They appreciate us being real, knowing the real, and not, lying about different things that's going on.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this to you, and I love it. I know that you can't speak for all young people, because no group is a monolith, right?
Yes.
But someone said here, the younger generation have their heads in computer games too much to care about voting, but are the first ones to complain. Okay, so how do you feel about that?
And I tell every person that does not vote and says they have a problem with anything that is going on, you have no say. When you have a say, when you vote, because your vote matters. Your vote is your voice.
Do you think that leadership have been doing enough to effectively engage in the youth, a younger population, in the spaces that they are? Are we using the language that reaches? Are we using the platforms to connect with young people in the way that we should be?
Honestly, I would say no. And I say that because you don't really see a lot of politicians you see them going to the colleges, but you got to reach them while they're younger.
Okay.
Start while they're young, so that they train up the child so that they know the ways to go. So if I know, as a young person, which I have known since I was a kid, because I was under the leadership of Bishop Marvin C. Pryor, he made sure that we understood that knowledge, and we had the people coming to the churches and everything like that. But not everybody goes to church, but all the kids go to school, because that's the law. So if you're going to that's just facts. All the kids go to school.
That's facts. Everybody's not in church the way that they used to be back in the day.
But they are in school.
But the majority of them are in school.
Yeah, the majority are them in school. So if you go into that elementary school or that middle school or that high school, you can start there. Talk to them. Tell them what the importance is. You can give an analogy or something to show them how important it is, and they will understand. Just because they're young doesn't mean that they're dumb and they're ignorant about the situation.
You got to speak to them, not at them. I keep saying that. I want to make sure we take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to do a spotlight on our first youth in this community. So stick, stay, don't go away. We'll be back with more of Straight Talk.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Imagine being a million miles away. Tremfya Kuzelkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
Psst, I wasn't supposed to find this out, but I did. Santa has a secret list no one knows about. It's his nicer, newer car list.
Hey, Ryan Wasik here, Santa's helper from Bell Wasik GMC Buick, your only local Buick dealer. Santa told me to swap people out of their naughty cars and put them into something nice. So right now, you can get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value based on the price of the nicer, newer car you pick. If your old ride's on the naughty list, you can re-gift it to me and get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. And we have affordable, smart solutions for all budgets and credit situations. Come in right now and you can unwrap the best present of all, a nicer, newer car. Plus, get $4,000 more for your old sled.
Do you want to know if you're on Santa's secret list?
Test drive a car this month and grab an ornament from our tree. Every ornament hides a gift. Local business gift cards, TVs, gas cards, and a chance to double your down payment. So trade naughty for nice. Upgrade your ride and take home a prize. But don't wait. Santa's shutting this stocking stuffer down at the end of the month. I'm Ryan Wasik, your dealer for the people. See my secret list of rides at RyanApproved.com. That's RyanApproved.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-566-7079. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-566-7079. That's 800-566-7079. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G5G.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax, with sale fees, terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Eat, drink, and groove this holiday season with a $50 certificate to Beatniks for only $25. Whether you're looking for a laid-back lunch or dinner or just drinks, you'll find good food, good drinks, and good service in a warm, inviting atmosphere. Beatniks is located in downtown Midland and bringing you this half-off holiday deal. Head on over to RocketGrabPlus.com to snag yours today.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
With Target, gifting has never been easier. This Saturday and Sunday, Target gift cards are 10% off with Target Circle. Treat everyone on your list to something you know they'll love. Gift cards for the trendsetters, the techies, the fashionistas, the foodies, and even yourself. The perfect time to save is now. This deal is a yearly fave, so hurry. Get more gifting for your buck and save 10% on Target gift cards with Target Circle for 2 days only. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
It's Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
This is Kareem with more of Straight Talk. I'm so glad that I'm able to bring in this next group of individuals here on today. I got my brother here, Antonio Brooks. He's no stranger to the Straight Talk audience. As a matter of fact, he's been here a number of times as we have been talking and highlighting the things that Help Community Violence Intervention has been doing in the neighborhood and neighborhoods around the way. So, Antonio, what's good, my brother?
What up, though?
Hey, man, we were having a conversation, and you said, it'd be great if we somehow took a minute and we talked about some of the amazing things that these young people, not just to help CVI young people, but the young people are doing through the community. Yeah. So I said, hey, let's do it. Let's do a spotlight on the youth. So every single week, parents, grandparents, school friends, whatever, if you do something exceptional, if you're out there making great things happen, if you are providing meaningful input into our community, whether it's being one of the assistant boards or the youth board ambassadors, or just doing great things in the community, not just sports folks, but including sports folks. We want to take a minute to just highlight you. So why don't you just go ahead and give a shout out, Antonio? You've been doing a lot of work. Let's talk about the work you've been doing with young people all around as the youth director and coordinator for Help CVI.
Help CVI. So it's a blessing to be able to work with these young people. So lately we've been working with y'all seen Miss Amaya. She been that's my ride or die. She my dog. We've been up in Thompson, Arthur Eddy together, and we've been teaching these classes about like self-confidence, peer pressure, and stuff like that with the young people, making them understand how that stuff affects their life. And I've been talking to my kids in the juvenile as well about the same thing. So it's really impactful what we've been doing. But with these young men right here, I know we don't got a lot of time. Y'all was talking about Sarah's. We were just in Sarah's yesterday. Can I introduce them?
Absolutely.
Or do you want to introduce yourself?
Let them introduce
I'll
themselves.
introduce myself. So my name's Lee J, and I've been in the help program for a really long time. Really, ever since they started, I was one of like the core members, and it's just a blessing to be a part of this program.
All right.
My name
Rotate.
Go ahead. We got you.
You got him?
Yeah, we could actually hear him, though. But you can go ahead. So we're rotating just so that they can have a clear shot at the mic. But go ahead.
My name TJ, and I've been in the help grant from like almost a year for real. And yeah, I really don't know what to say.
It's funny because TJ is not a person of many words, but he's one of those guys. Once he locks in, he is committed to the process. And I've seen such great personal growth from him in this time as well. All right. And then also back there, looking like a Fraggle. Y'all remember Fraggle Rock? This is my guy here. He is showing up. And all of these guys are solid young human beings as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, young man?
My name is Fakir. I've been in the HOPE program for like 8 months. You know, it's been a blessing to be here, you know, making a lot of progress, helping other youth like me, myself, you know, and that's for real.
What has been the biggest takeaway that you're getting from the HELP program? What is the thing that is really impacting or making the biggest contribution or difference in your life?
We like a family instead of like one day is wishy-washy and the next day is, oh, what's up? Just to say like TJ and them, like, all of them, I see them every day. And even like, you know, one of my mentors, TJ, in school, you know, he might be ugly and all, but like, you know, that's still my dog.
The other TJ.
The other TJ.
The other TJ.
All right. So we certainly appreciate that. They're talking about those of you in the social media stream. There's another young man that's in the stream with us, and they're referring to him as the other TJ. Tell us that they're sitting over there like Colonel Sanders, but it's all good. But Antonio, let's get back to what exactly you got going on. I know you have some partnerships that we've been able to forge out. We're working with boxing and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so with these guys, we started a boxing team. So we got like a Help CVI boxing team in partnership with the Saginaw Boxing Club. Shout out to Jay Garcia over there. And these guys, man, was not even really interested in boxing at first. And we was just trying to figure out something to get them into and ask them if they'd be interested. They got into it and they just took off, man. These guys, their skills is developing, like for real. They ready to start getting registered and really start having some real matches now, you know.
All right. So when you say real matches, explain what you mean. We're not just out there sparring, but they're actually getting in the ring to do some things. Tell me what you're talking about, TJ. Let's go ahead. You got to move. Just go ahead.
Yeah. When he started boxing, I really didn't want to do it like he said, but like once you get used to it and go there every day and like create a family, it really just like comes to you. Like I've been working and stuff like that. So now I got to fight on the 13th in the Golden Gloves, and I got to fight on the 20th and the 21st in the Silver Gloves.
Now he, as you look and he sounds, he's a mean punching machine. I was sitting there watching him do his workout. Both he and Lee J. Lee J has amazing footwork and hand combination. So I'm really excited to see what happens here. As you talked about, this was started off as a partnership, and it continues to do so. So we're working with Saginaw Boxing Club. They were the first ones. It's not like, oh, people like, how come you didn't do it with this person? We worked with who was working with us and making it work for us and make it happen. That doesn't mean anything bad about anybody else, because I think that our kids need this and everything else. I don't know why we get in our community and it's either got to be this or that when we need it all, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's continue to talk. So not only are we talking boxing, but when we talk about these highlights, what kind of things are we expecting or are you hoping to shine on our young people as we do our focus on our youth?
This overall, just that hard work and that community service spirit. So I again refer back to our guys here. Let's start with TJ. So we had the expungement clinic, remember? And like you said, he was a young man of very few words, but we trained him up to do an assignment in that moment, right? To do paperwork and to help get people their final processes with the expungement papers. Man, he took over as if he'd been doing that for 10 years. You know what I mean? And was really interested in helping people. Like, just say we'd be riding down the street, we seen a kid over here in the street with a chain popped on the bike. He was like, let me get out and help him with his mom.
Right.
You know, same thing with Lee J. You know, they like to come to the soup kitchen and help feed people and do stuff like that. You know what I mean? And this guy here, Fakir, he's just a very supportive brother of his peers.
You know, Amaya was here. She was talking about motivation. But when I think about Fakir, I think about somebody who is continually motivating. He's a young man who has a strong sense of who he is as a person. But Fakir, where do you get this motivation from? Because you're continually encouraging, empowering, sharing words of affirmation with your brothers. Where does this come from?
Just growing up, you know, I grew up from a church, so you know, my dad a pastor, so like growing up, like taking a lot of rebukes and stuff. So it's like you gotta learn who you is for real, for real.
All right, so he said he was in church. You know how the pastor kids are. They say that the worst kids are usually the pastor kids. What do you say about that, Fakir?
It depends how you raised. Like you could if your parents don't let you do stuff, like if your parents don't be lenient, but like to a standard, you'll grow up doing stuff you know you're not supposed to. Like me, my pops was lenient, but it was like to a point. So like I know where I could do it and I know where like to go and this, that, and the third. But you got some pastor kids who didn't grow up and they couldn't do anything. Like they had to go to church constantly. So
that was me, and I was like, I'm gonna have myself some fun now that I'm by myself. So there is a balance, is what you're saying. Yeah. You got to be lenient, allow them to be kids, but also show them that rod of correction. And the rod of correction doesn't mean that you always beating your kids, right? No. The rod of correction means that we're sharing what is right and what is wrong, and that can be done by talking. I want to give a shout out to Mike Balls. Mike is doing something phenomenal with these young men and some other young men that we're working with over at Success Academy, because we've been infiltrating the schools, doing great work. And so he is going to be working. He's pulling the entire community together to do this rites of passage program. I'm going to get him and Brian and the other men throughout the community that are part of that so that they can share that story as well. But Antonio, what are some of the things? Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I want you to just talk about what it is that you're hoping parents, community members, leaders, school folks will share with you so that we can spotlight our youth in those moments that you're here.
Gotcha.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
Sassy! This week's episode, Bobcat in the Cave.
Gosh, Johnny, playing in the cave sure is neat. Oh boy, a kitty cat. Sassy, the kitty cat's yelling. What, Sassy? It's not a kitty, it's a bobcat? Speaking of cats, you like to stress the importance of adopting cats from animal shelters? Over 5 million cats go into animal shelters every year? And with millions of healthy cats to choose from, it's a shame more people don't adopt from shelters? This bobcat's heavy. Help, Sassy! Why bother? We'll just get into more trouble tomorrow? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nuts.
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
It's Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on Kiss 107.1.
And since we are here, we're back with Straight Talk. And since we're here, I need to give a shout out to my producer, Matthew, aka White Soul, who just notified me, said, "Hey, Kareem, since we talk about grades, personal flex, I'm still rocking that 4.0. He is in his junior year working in broadcasting. Am I correct, Matt? Out at Delta College, and he's doing great things. Are you at Saginaw Valley or Delta?
I'm at Delta right now and then going over to Saginaw Valley.
All right, so I'm excited about what he's doing. We're making all these things happen. All right, Mary McDonald, you're absolutely right. Children want to know parameters. One of the things that's so very important, and I share this, and when we get back to my brother Antonio, as we put him back in the stream, is I one of the things they say, people think that when you work with kids that you got to be their friend. And that is the biggest fallacy and one of the greatest errors we often make. We have to respect them for who they are. We can be playful and enjoy times with them, but they're looking for someone who is different, who is mature, who has something that they don't have. And so the worst thing that we could do is to become their friend. They're looking for structure. They're looking for someone who can pave the way. And so we got to make sure that we keep those things into perspective. So I'm sitting here talking with Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks, why don't you go ahead and share some of the things that we're going to be looking for as we highlight these young people throughout our community?
Well, like I said, we were just talking about academics is important. So I would like to share that. Oh, wait, shout out to my daughter, Avari. She's doing real great. She's a senior in school, and she got all A's and 1B. And all of these fellas are holding down the same grades, all A's and like 1 or 2 B's. And that's big for me.
Absolutely.
For these guys. They do a lot.
Wait a minute, they're young and black. What you mean they got A's and B's?
They got A's and B's. They're not out here getting into trouble, because there's a misconception that all the help kids is bad kids. They're not. They might have some bad situations, and we might have some that's made mistakes, but they're not bad. But so speaking of community service, we had was in Sarah's yesterday, and we ran into Miss Pam Pugh.
Yes.
Would you real quick? The position that she that her job position.
Yes, we're talking about Pam Pugh, who I endorsed a couple of weeks ago for the new to be our new state senator here in Michigan. It was vacated when our Congresswoman Rivet went on to the national seat in DC. So yeah.
And so she has a position that on the Board of Education or something, which I was talking about.
Yes, she's the president of the Board of Education currently. Yeah.
And so he had a conversation with her about the test, right? Tell him real quick what you talked about.
I had told her, I feel like
can you come forward? What'd you say now?
I had told her I feel like we shouldn't take the test no more because the test don't benefit us in real life situations. Like
what test are we talking about?
NWA and then like the SATs, and
the standardized tests.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So they had a quick conversation about that, and they talked about how it might be culturally biased and set up against kids in our community because they don't understand certain wording and certain stuff like that. But she had a conversation with them to the point where they got to talking and they want to volunteer with her now and help her out throughout her campaign. I thought that was big.
No, I think whenever our young people can get involved in politics, I think it's important.
Yeah, because she's, like you say, she spoke their language. She sat down with them and gave them her business card and everything like that. That's what counts, when you out here trying to get people to vote for.
Do you see me?
Can
you see me? Right. Yep. All right. So I'm excited about what's going on. These young men are all at Saginaw United. We have young people now at Saginaw United. We're working with young people over at Success Academy. We're working with Arthur Eddy and with Thompson. And I'll say this. I've been working in the space, and Antonio, I think you match my heart and passion for young people. I love that. For about 25 years now. And I think that I've been able to do some things that most people have not been able to do. I don't talk about those things, but having a partnership with President Obama's White House, talking with young men, empowering them from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C., building and creating curriculums that really impact, that are evidence-based and using evidence-informed practices to make this happen. And that is really what it is. We can't just go in and talk with kids anymore, but we have to have a plan. We have to understand what it means to deal with evidence-based programming, what it means to have trauma-informed procedures that we're working with. And these things are so vitally important for our kids. So when you look at everything and the things that you've been encountering, we have really seen the gamut of things, and you've been reporting in, hey, this is going on. This is what are one of the key things that you think as a community we really need to lean into as it relates to these young people?
I think as it pertains to violence with our young people, I think we really need to hone in on conflict resolution and communicating better, because they have a sense of it's either this or that.
Yeah,
you either gonna respect me or I'm gonna come at you this way, and it ain't no gray area in the middle. So like us as a village of adults trying to teach them how to come together, and even if we don't like each other, if we got a disagreement, it don't mean that it has to end up in violence.
Well, that's part of the problem, because a lot of adults struggle with conflict resolution, conflict mediation.
Yeah.
Everybody, you cannot be mad with everybody, so you've got to get to a point that you can resolve conflicts. And if you don't have to like people, but let's work together, let's move beyond it. And it doesn't have to be, we don't have to blow up the entire spot, is what you're saying.
Exactly. We don't have to do that. But, and like you said, like some people blame it on the parents, of a lot of these.
And we do have a parent problem.
Yes. But then when you think about it, if those parents weren't parented correctly, how do they know? Like, how am I supposed to know what a man looked like if I've never seen one? You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
So that's where a lot of the problem is at.
So one of the things, and I say this to all of the parents who allow us, and this is important.
Yes.
Thank you to all of those parents who allow us to have space in your children's lives. We're not, picking on you. We're not saying that you're a poor parent. You just said it perfectly, Antonio. We can only do what we've been equipped with. We can only operate with what we have in our possession. And I think it's important for us to understand as men and women, because there's women that are involved with this, that are involved with your youth. I want to say, first of all, thank you. Every single time we call and say, hey, we need to be able to, parents are willing to allow us to do those things. They understand that our purpose for being in their lives is to support the work that they have been able to do and to fill those deficits or the gap. So this is not about us taking over. This is not about us saying you're a poor parent, but this is about the village coming together and surrounding those individuals and making sure that we give those suite of services that are necessary. Sometimes you can tell your child something a million times, and somebody they don't know come up and say it one time, and they listen like it's brand new information. So we are just those other voices that are there to speak to your young people. Continue. Antonio, what do you have coming up? Because I know that we're talking about boxing, but you are on the verge of something new with food, and we're talking about how can we get our young people these new experiences. I got a call from Representative O'Neill. Shout out to Representative Amos O'Neill out there, because my big brother, he is not only just talking the talk, but he's walking the walk. He called me and said, hey, I got some young people that I need to plug into what you're doing. What are you doing to inspire young people who want to be involved in podcasting or radio? What are you doing with young people who want to get involved in STEM education and design? And so he said, hey, I need you to do X, Y, Z. And when Representative O'Neill speaks, we listen because he makes things happen. What is it that we are looking for this next phase of getting kids involved in food? We only got a couple minutes, so I need you to move fast.
Okay. Shout out to Tank to Go, because he was just at the office giving the class on that.
Okay.
But so, and shout out to Reno, my big brother right there. What we're doing is we are opening up a new restaurant inside of SVRC. It's called Everybody Loves Wings and Things. And a part of that business, that mission is to employ our young people so that we can eliminate the barrier of them always saying that they don't have no money, they can't never find a job, they can't this and they can't that. So we want to empower them and train them up to be able to run a business as well as start one eventually.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So because we can't do it, we always somewhere doing something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like now we was late because I had something else to do, but we here. So, but that's just gonna be like the core staff. We was just there yesterday, walking around. We seen Miss Renee. Shout out to Miss Renee, because she's got Cosby. She like, we let us help you. I'm like, okay, we definitely gonna tune in. But yup, so we're gonna do that coming up within the next month or so, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna have a partnership as well with our beloved Big Brother Help.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? And employ. We're gonna get some type of circulation of and being able to employ more, more young people, not just these three, but a myriad of young people.
And so what's important about that is that we're talking about customer service, and customer service is a skill that is transferable to every other industry, in school, education, whatever it is. Customer service, good people skills, good intuition, discernment, all of those things are key things that we're going to empower these young people with as we continue to do this. If you're a company out there and you're looking to have young people come through and do job shadow opportunities, we are doing that. I'm actually hosting over this next 6 months a number of young people that will follow me to board meetings, to community meetings everywhere. Yes, they're coming from Success Academy. Some people have turned their back, said that they cannot learn, that they're not going to be successful. I think differently. So I'm going to be having them, enlisting them, and they'll go with me everywhere I go. There's no boardroom that is too good for them to be there, because I think that when we open up and give exposure and opportunities, we create a pathway and an avenue for success. I want to thank you for being here, Brother Antonio, to all my young brothers over there that are over there making great things happen, to my producer, Matthew, aka White Soul, to all of you that are out there that are continually tuning in to Straight Talk, making it your number one show. We thank you. God bless you all. Grace and peace.
You've been listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1. The views and opinions expressed on Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen by the host, its guests, or call-ins do not necessarily represent